Picture this. You check your bank account. There it is, $1,000. And for a second, it feels good. But then a quiet voice in your head says, now what? Do you save it, spend it, invest it? Most people freeze. They leave it sitting there, untouched, doing absolutely nothing. And by the time they figure out what to do with it, that $1,000 is already gone. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what people who are actually building wealth do when they have $1,000 in the bank. And I promise, by the end of this video, you will never look at $1,000 the same way again. Real quick, if you've never had someone sit you down and actually explain how money works, hit that like button right now, because that's exactly who this video is made for. I'm Alex. I study how money, behavior, and investing shape the gap between people who stay stuck and people who quietly build freedom. And today's topic is one of the most important starting points in personal finance. What you do with your first $1,000 sets the pattern for everything that follows. So let's get into it. Here's a stat that should bother you. 60% of Americans, more than half the country, do not have enough cash to cover a single emergency. A leaky roof, new tires, an unexpected bill. 60% would have to borrow money or go into credit card debt to handle it. That's not a money problem. That's a behavior problem. Because most of these people have had $1,000 pass through their hands dozens of times in their life. It just never stayed. And here's why. Nobody ever taught them what to do with it when it arrived. That ends today. 5 things winners do with $1,000. We're going to break this down into 5 clear moves in order, step by step. And I'll tell you exactly why each one matters. Not just what to do, but what it actually costs you if you don't. Step 1. Kill your high-interest debt. Let's say you have a credit card charging you 20% a year. Think about what that actually means in dollars. If you're carrying a $1,000 balance on that card, you're paying $200 a year just to have that debt exist. That's $200 working against you every single year. Now here's the thing most people miss. Paying off a 20% debt is the same as getting a 20% guaranteed return on your money. There is no investment on earth, no stock, no real estate deal, no index fund that gives you a guaranteed 20% return. So if you have high interest debt, step 1 is simple. Attack it first. I know what some of you are thinking, but Alex, I want to invest. I don't want to waste my $1,000 just paying off debt. I get it. But here's the truth. You cannot outinvest a 20% interest rate. Your money has to stop bleeding before it can start growing. Kill the debt. Then we move forward. Step 2. Build your emergency sub up. Once that high interest debt is dealt with, the next move is protection. Think of this like a financial seatbelt. You don't put on your seatbelt because you plan to crash. You put it on because if something unexpected happens, you don't want it to destroy you. Your goal right now is to keep $500 to $1,000 in a separate savings account that you do not touch. Not for concerts, not for shoes, not for anything that isn't a real emergency. And here's the key. Move this money to a high-yield savings account. Traditional banks are paying you almost nothing, 0.05% a year. That means $1,000 sitting at a regular bank earns you 50 cents a year. An online high-yield savings account, you can get 20 to 40 times that interest rate on the same money. Same money, different bank, better return, zero extra effort. That's your emergency buffer. Funded, protected, ready. Let's slow down for a second. Here's where we are. Step 1. Kill high-interest debt, because you can't outinvest 20%. Step 2. Build your emergency buffer. Protect what you're building. 2 moves in and you've already done more than most people will do this year. Now let's talk about where the real wealth starts. Step 3. Invest in the market. Consistently. This is where most people overthink everything. They imagine the stock market as this complicated, dangerous place where only experts make money. But here's what the data actually says. If you invested $1,000 into a simple index fund, something like a fund that tracks the top 500 companies in the US, and you got the historical average return of around 8% a year, in 10 years, that $1,000 becomes $2,159. In 20 years, $4,661. In 30 years, $10,063. You didn't pick the right stock. You didn't time the market. You just left it alone. Now I know what you're thinking. Alex, $24 a year from dividends isn't going to change my life. And you're right. Not yet. But that's not the point. The point is that $1,000 today doesn't stay $1,000 if you invest it. It multiplies quietly every year while you sleep. The biggest mistake is waiting until you have more money to start. Because the one thing you can never get back is time in the market. Show stock chart on screen. Long upward trends start with index funds, broad market exposure, low fees. And set up an automatic investment, even $50 or $100 a month, so you never have to think about it. Automation beats willpower. Every time. Step 4. Invest in yourself. First, here's something that might surprise you. If you only have $1,000 and it's the only $1,000 you have right now, the highest return investment isn't the stock market, it's you. Think about it this way. If you spend $200 on a course that teaches you digital marketing, and that skill gets you a freelance client who pays you $500 a month, That's a $6,000 a year return on a $200 investment. That's 3,000%. No index fund on the planet beats that. Knowledge compounds just like money does. Every skill you learn makes you more valuable. And the more valuable you are, the more the world pays you. This could be learning how to code, how to design, how to run ads, how to manage social media. Whatever the market needs, if you can provide it, you get paid for it. Use a portion of that $1,000 to level up what you know. Because a higher income is the fastest way to have more money to invest. Okay, let's check in. Step 1. Kill high-interest debt. Step 2. Emergency buffer. Fund it and protect it. Step 3. Start investing in index funds. Automatic, consistent. Step 4. Invest in a skill that increases your income. One more to go. And this one is about creating something that pays you, even when you're not working. Step 5. Build a passive income stream. Wealthy people don't just earn money. They build systems that earn money for them. This is called passive income. And it's not a myth, it's not an Instagram fantasy. It's a real thing that takes real work up front and pays you for years after. There are a few ways you can start building this with $1,000 or less. First, dividend investing. When you invest in certain companies, they pay you a cash check just for being a shareholder. McDonald's pays about 2.4% a year in dividends. $1,000 invested gets you roughly $24 a year. That doesn't sound like much. But $10,000 invested, that's $240 a year. $100,000, $2,400 a year. Working while you sleep. The machine starts small, but the machine keeps running. Second, REITs. A REIT is a company that invests in real estate. Apartment buildings, office parks, retail centers. By law, they have to pay out 90% of their profits to shareholders as dividends. So you get real estate income without buying a single property. No tenants, no repairs, no calls at midnight about a leaky faucet. Just passive income deposited into your account. Third, create content. A YouTube channel, a blog, a social media page built around something you already know. This one takes time. It takes consistency. But the videos you make today can still earn you money 3 years from now. That's the power of content. You build it once. It keeps working. I know what you're thinking. I don't have time for all of this, and I hear you. You don't have to do all 5 things at once. Pick one. Start there. Build the habit. Add the next layer when you're ready. Retention loop. Because here's the truth about why most people never get there. Here's the real reason most people never take these steps. It's not that they don't know what to do. It's that they make financial decisions emotionally, not logically. They see a $150 jacket, and they feel the impulse. They don't calculate that at $20 an hour after taxes. That jacket cost them almost 10 hours of their life. They don't think about what that $150 could become in 30 years. Overfed and $100 if invested. They just feel the want. The winners. They've built systems that remove the emotional decision entirely. Automatic investments. Separate savings accounts. Rules they follow before spending. Because systems beat willpower. Every time. You don't need to be more disciplined. You need a better set. So let's lock this in. You have $1,000 in the bank. Here's what winners do next. Step 1. Kill high-interest debt. Stop the bleeding first. Step 2. Build your emergency buffer. $500 to $1,000 in a high-yield savings account. Step 3. Start investing in index funds. Automatic, consistent, long-term. Step 4. Invest in a skill that grows your income. Knowledge is the highest ROI asset you own. Step 5. Build passive income. Dividends, REITs, content. Let your money work while you sleep. These aren't complicated moves. They're just the moves that most people never make. Because nobody ever sat them down and walked them through it. Now you have no excuse. The difference between being stuck and being free is not income. It's behavior, repeated quietly over time. If this hit different, if you're going to make at least one of these moves this week, drop a comment below and tell me which step you're starting with. And if you want to go deeper on any of these, investing, passive income, how compound interest actually works, subscribe. Because this is exactly what we break down here every week. I'll see you in the next one.